Hello guys, this is Random Guy aka Jace, and I'm gonna do my thoughts on X-Men Days of Future Past slash review. And X-Men Days of Future Past is easily one of the best movie I have seen in quite a long time. Easily an 8 or 9 out of 10. It's just so good. Easily one thing you should watch if you're an action fan or a super comic fan or anything like that. I just recommend that you go out and watch it right now if you haven't already, which you should because this is quite late actually. And I came into this movie not really knowing much about it. I know that they were gonna go back in time somehow, I didn't really know, so I don't want to give you too much spoilers if you have somehow avoided it. Because I think that kind of gave me more enjoyment out of it than I otherwise would have. But just to summarize a little bit, basically in the future, almost all mutants are getting killed by Sentinels. So Wolverine is sent back in time to try to make Xavier and Magneto into Magneto to cooperate and to eliminate this threat by showing humans that they are nice people. Basically, they want to show that they are peaceful, but and that's basically how the movie plot is built up in the beginning. But this movie is just excellent. It isn't just because that sounds kind of greedy. Oh my god, everything is dying out. It doesn't mean that there is no humor in it. There is some fantastic humor, especially with Wolverine. He has some amazing scenes, but even someone that I think was just a highlight of this movie, because he has just such an awesome scene where it's so funny. I don't want to really spoil who it is or like which character it is, but it is some. But you will get it when you see it, because that character and that scene is just so good. It's almost worth the price of admission alone. I mean, everyone in the movie theater with me we were just all laughing and we were just nudging each other like, "Hey, that dude is awesome." That's how we were. And there was just so great acting from him. But either way, there was, of course, some other actors in the movie. I mean, I don't think there was any poor acting from anyone, even not the big names. But of course, there were a lot. I mean, Wolverine is of course returning, but also two very popular actors from other series, Jennifer Lawrence and Peter Dinklage, is starring in this movie, and of course, both of them just great acting as usual, nothing to complain about. Maybe Peter Dinklage characters was a little bit underdeveloped, but that has more to do with the writers and how much they wanna develop the character. So really, that isn't really something you can complain too much about. But of course, that is probably the weakest element of this movie. That kind of the main bad guy, even though they don't really have one. But you know, Peter Dinklage's character kind of was. He doesn't really seem to have a very much grounded motivation for what he is doing. But the movie is also something. Another thing I liked was that Wolverine isn't really the main characters that we see in a lot of other movies. I mean, he's kind of more like the red line, the one thing that makes everything go forward, so to say. The movie, I feel, is a little bit more like how Mystique, Magneto's, and Xavier's relationship to each other and their place in this universe is. I mean, there's just some fantastic interaction and some good back and forth and some backstory in this movie that I really liked. Um, that I think you would see in a authentic character series or something similar. But one thing though that griped me was I hadn't actually seen X-Men First Class before I saw this movie, and I went and saw it afterwards. Which that movie actually made me have quite a lot of questions. So I was just wondering where all these characters were, like where all those characters went, where that demon guy who could like teleport went, and just some original members of the X-Men, or how you wanna say it. I kind of wonder where they went and what happened really. I mean, they have quite a quick explanation of this, but it doesn't really show much, or they actually don't show anything of what happened to them. I guess if you are a little bit more entwined in the Marvel universe or the X-Men universe, you know this. I don't really know. I don't read or watch uh, much of that. I seem to not never have time. Actually, I actually want to do it, and but yeah, that was something I was just wondering. Maybe someone can, give me some info about that, where all the characters went up, going. But easily, this X-Men movie, as I said in the beginning, was one of the best movie in this franchise. It really easily, like, one of the best films in recent memory, and maybe, depending on whose opinion, be the best X-Men live action movie we have ever seen. So that is just, so if you haven't watched it, just go watch it. Like, go swim, run, run. Don't even care if there is you don't have a ticket. You just run past and just steal it or something. I don't know. And of course, something I forgot to mention is that the director, the one from X-Men 1 and 2, came back and directed this movie. He didn't direct X-Men 3, so that's maybe why the 3 wasn't as good. I don't know. I'm not doing anything like doing a witch hunt or anything like that. No, no, no. No, actually, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think actually that's everything I have to say about the movie. I mean, I'll see you guys next time, but for now,